It is the lost interview that only Showbiz Tonight can bring you, one of Brad Pitt's very first TV interviews when his career was just taking off. The year 1988. The show, our predecessor, Showbiz Today on CNN.
A lot of the attraction before I came out was fame, the lifestyle.
And Pitt found the fame he was looking for after leaving Springfield, Missouri with big dreams.
I'm Randy. Nice to meet you, sir.
It was a role on the hot TV series Dallas, where he played actress Shalane McCall's love interest Randy, and a photo shoot they did together on the set, arranged by Shalane's then-manager Phil Lobel, that would send Brad off into superstardom orbit. Lobel tells Showbiz Tonight what happened.
I retooled the original plans for the photo shoot, which was going to be around Shalane, and we did a photo of Brad and Shalane sitting on the couch getting ready to do their first scene together. And it was that very first photo that landed him in People magazine.
The famous photo, he was Randy from Dallas. Who knew, you know?
Who knew is right. In fact, no one, including Brad himself, could imagine how big and famous he would one day become. Just listen to him describe his first day on that Dallas set.
I gotta admit, I was like this. You know, I used to watch these people. I'm still a little starstruck, to be honest. You know, I just watched. I was 6 months ago. I was sitting home in Missouri watching these people on TV.
And now the world watches him and Angelina Jolie obsessively. But just how did Brad Pitt get to where he is today? How did he go from Dallas to the desired drifter in the 1991 film Thelma and Louise?
Ladies, gentlemen, let's see who wins the prize for keeping their cool.
To the award-winning actor and humanitarian he is today.
Very early in his career, Brad Pitt tried to prove to people that he wasn't just a pretty boy.
Showbiz Tonight can tell you that Pitt took on a variety of roles to prove he was not just a pretty boy.
I'll be fun.
Including Paul, the rebellious journalist in Robert Redford's 1992 film A River Runs Through It. And then there was his 1994 Golden Globe-nominated turn in Legends of the Fall.
You say that again and we're not brothers.
Where he played the son of an Army colonel who moves his family into the wilds of Montana. 1 year later, in 1995, Brad Pitt would receive an Oscar nomination for his dramatic turn in the movie 12 Monkeys.
No, I wasn't expecting that. No.
A role he would win a Golden Globe for, marking the beginning of his transformation to superstar. But Pitt remained humble about his superstardom even in 1997, 2 years after his Golden Globe win.
You went from being an actor trying to get a job to a superstar.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know when that clicked. I don't.
But something else was clicking for Pitt, and that was all those cameras clicking away. The media's fascination with his personal life grew. His engagement to Gwyneth Paltrow, who he met on the set of their movie Seven, made them a tabloid target. In fact, in that same year, 1997, after Playgirl magazine published photos of him and Paltrow, Pitt sued, accusing the photographer of trespassing. Pitt would later joke that it wasn't just his face the photographer was after.
Not just me, members of my anatomy.
Pitt and Paltrow would become engaged, but that ended. And in the following year, 1998, he met Friends actress Jennifer Aniston. 2 years later, Pitt and Aniston got married in Malibu, their ceremony shielded from the prying eyes of the paparazzi. They became Hollywood's most famous and most watched couple, the focus of stories filled with both fact and fiction.
We've been in it for long enough to not take it so seriously, and it's usually always inaccurate. Now we can have more of a laugh from it when we do pay attention to it.
But sadly, the marriage did end. In January 2005, they announced their split, and the rumors of a relationship with Angelina Jolie, who he met on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, reached a fever pitch.
You think this story's gonna have a happy ending?
Happy endings are just stories that haven't finished yet.
At first, they denied rumors they were a couple. Angelina adopted her daughter Zahara, an AIDS orphan from Ethiopia. And soon after, it was Brad who filed the papers to jointly adopt Zahara and Jolie's son, Maddox. Another transformation of Brad Pitt as father and humanitarian.
Angelina, as his love partner, paved the way for him to really step into that role of being the humanitarian. She showed him how to do this.
And together, Pitt and Jolie shined a light on so many countries in need. In Haiti, when they announced they were expecting baby Shiloh. In Namibia, where they went to have baby Shiloh.
I'd just like to thank the people in Namibia. They've been so gracious to us and made our stay here very special.
In Vietnam, where they adopted baby Pax, and once more when they set down roots in the New Orleans French Quarter. And Brad took to his new home in the hurricane-devastated New Orleans in more ways than one. He shot his next movie there, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
It's a really good film.
And he has put his love of architecture to work for a good cause, building much-needed new homes.
He has his own project with the Clinton Global Initiative in the Make It Right project to build affordable green homes.
And Pitt told reporters in New Orleans why he felt it was such an important project.
As I walk around, I am appalled and embarrassed that residents still do not have the opportunity, even the opportunity to decide if they want to get back into their neighborhoods and recreate their communities.
And with his Ocean's 13 co-stars George Clooney and Don Cheadle, Brad Pitt is also working on stopping atrocities similar to what's happening in Darfur.
He was never poor, he never struggled, but there was always this sort of charitable side to him, and I think it was when he hooked up with Angelina Jolie that he was able to tap into that and really fulfill himself in his charitable work and see the world as more than just making films and being a movie star.
But being a movie star, coupled with the media's fascination with him and his family, has gotten to Pitt. In an interview with Parade magazine, he says, quote, "I understand the tabloid machine. There's money to be made off Angie and me. But it has gotten so out of hand, there's no decency, even when it comes to our kids." But Showbiz Tonight can tell you, Pitt's transformation includes something else. A keen sense to turn all that crazy media attention to something good whenever he can.
Brad has leveraged his personal life to do good. He realizes that people are going to report and show pictures of him and get into his personal life, so why not use his personal life to try to do some good?
And along with Angelina Jolie, the Brad Pitt we know today might not even recognize the Brad Pitt he once was back on that day in 1988.
I'm still a little starstruck, to be honest.